Nobody knows why Gunman Clive has such a grudge against ducks, but one thing is for certain. If you do mention ducks in his presence, you'll certainly be ducking for cover. Oh, I believe he's flying on his rocket from the moon to shoot me. Yep, there he is now. I do believe, Clive, I do disagree. Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Gunman Clive 2. And when last we left off, Clive had just shot that varmint, and indeed we have completed Gunman Clive 2 as Gunman Clive. However, there's one more thing we need to do. We did it in the first game, and now we're going to do it here. Yes, indeed, we're going to play Gunman Clive 2 as a duck. Which brings up one interesting question. Is this duck a relation of the other duck that is the true mastermind of the game? Who knows? The duck probably does, but the duck isn't going to mention it because, let's face it, the duck is a duck. So without further ado, let's go. The duck waddles into town and sees a robot that crushes a building. And probably follows because why not? After all, this duck is only a duck. The duck has exactly the same controls as in the first Gunman Clive game. You can't duck because you're a duck, you move left and right with left and right, and you can jump, and you can fly. We're going to be flying a lot. For instance, we're going to be flying over this enemy here, because we don't want to fight this enemy, and we didn't want to fall on that duck. But there we go. We can't have everything as a duck, can we? Let's fly over here and avoid that enemy, and jump over this barrel here. And I probably should have tried to fly over it because jumping was very, very precarious. Hello there, enemy. We're going to ignore you by jumping over you. Oh, careful. You jump as well. We want to make sure that we don't get hit there at all by this robot either. Hello there. We're going to go over here and try and get past this area without falling and dying, which you can probably do because we can fly. And also, we don't need to duck to avoid many of those shots there. Hello, robot that's being controlled by a duck. I wonder if the duck knows this, but either way, that is a lot of hardware for a duck to be in possession of. There are many questions here that we don't have the answer to, and I think this duck is going to ignore all of them and just move past this enemy and completely fail too. Now, do we want to jump or do we want to duck under this enemy? I think we want to jump. There we go, that was the right idea. We want this enemy to fall, and unfortunately we managed to completely fail to avoid that one. I think we should have just ran under those spiders, but there we go. Let's move on, shall we? Let's duck away into this mine section, and be very, very careful, because we can't fight back. Okay, platforming time. Oh, careful. We need to be very careful here. There we go. Much better. And then we'll... Ooh, cake. We want that cake. There we go. Much better. We'll make sure we can avoid this enemy here. There we go. And avoid that turret, because we don't want that turret to hit us at all. And that bat. We don't want that bat to hit us either. Alright, up you go, Mr. Duck. And over here you most certainly go as well. Alright, we want to jump like this, and... Oh, we got hit. That's okay, though, because I think we'll be absolutely fine. And then we're not absolutely fine at all. We want to jump that. There we go. Very good indeed. And the stage is clear. And onwards we move to where a duck roams. But not just a duck, oil as well. You don't want to get that on you. That will most certainly ruin your feathers, Mr. Duck. Over here, and unfortunately we need to get this oil on us because it's the only way we're going to be able to go that way. Alright, this way onto this particular puzzle that we have to solve by, you guessed it, flying over it, because ducks can solve all of their problems by just flying away. Or can they? Oh, careful. And unfortunately we got hit, which is bad, but I think we can manage to get past... Oh, we could not get past you carefully, so we're just going to have to move on. Hello, you. Please don't throw dynamite at me. You're going to throw dynamite at me, aren't you? And if we're very, very careful as to where we land, we can avoid getting hit by that enemy at all. Alright, over here we go. Walk, duck. Walk or else you'll die. And you walked and thus did not die. There we go. We need to be very careful into our jumping. And we need to avoid you. Excellent. You have been avoided. Everything is being avoided, and you're probably going to be a little bit difficult to avoid. There we go. We managed to avoid you either way. only just, and now we're flying as a duck on a flying machine. This seems oddly redundant, but hey, maybe the duck just wants a rest. We need to avoid every single enemy that we can because we can't fire back at all. Alright, carefully does it. Through here. Be very careful, Mr. Duck. Those enemies wish to kill you, for reasons that we cannot explain, and that the duck cannot explain, because after all, the duck is a duck. Alright, carefully does it. Maybe I'll manage this without getting hit at all. So far it's doing quite well. There we go. Much better. Over here. Was the secret to doing well at this being a duck? Indeed it might be, because we haven't been hit yet. Hello there, other duck that's helping someone. We're going to avoid you and avoid everything, because we we got hit. Well, so much for that, but hey, done much better than I ever did before. We've only got hit twice. I think the first time I did this, I only had one piece of health at the end of it. And there is the place we need to go. And I wonder how this is going to look when we're riding on a giant panda later. Avoid you. I forgot that you were there, and we're not there are owls here. Other aerial enemies that will try and kill us. We need to be very careful of those owls indeed. And we can avoid large portions of this puzzle here by just flying. Haha! Flying for success. And now we're going to stand very still while these enemies try to run into us. Or we're going to fly over them in the case of the... We got dynamite to the feathers, which is really, really bad indeed. And we'll just slide down here and let you fall to your doom. Or maybe there's like a bouncy castle down there. Who knows, eh? We're not going to go down there to find out. And down here we can actually fly to make this a little bit easier for ourselves. And then just fly over here. Much better. In we go. On to the next level indeed, Mr. Duck. And soon we'll be not fighting a boss at all. Alright, up here, and then, we accidentally got hit, which is really bad. And we forgot that, I forgot that there was indeed an area there that had loads of spikes that would get me killed. There we go, we need to be very careful here. Much better, and now we're not dead. There we go. Onwards into this weird... I almost forgot about you. But fortunately I remembered just in time. And down here we go, and onwards. Onwards and upwards. Indeed, it is this part that is probably... and I got crushed. I got crushed a little later than I should have there. That is curious. I thought that the crushing was instant, but wasn't in the right place at all for that puzzle. That's okay, though. We'll do better next time, because we could probably fly out of the puzzle earlier than we're meant to. Alright, down here, and onwards into this area. Okay, this time we want to go over here, and then over here. And we need to be very... about to say very careful, and we got crushed again. Whoops. I need to be much more careful of that. I was able to do it before. Admittedly, it took a lot of times before. But this time, I'll succeed where I'd failed before. The duck's mental prowess will not be outsmarted again. Or maybe it will. Let's find out. So we're going to go that way, and then this way, and that way, up here like that, and then up here, then like that, and then I think we can, we can just get through this way. Excellent. Onwards we go, and we want to go up here most certainly, and then down here. And we need to be very, very careful here, because we can't jump as well as Gunman Clive could. Flying is fine and all, but we want to... we wanted to make sure that we didn't die there, and unfortunately we died there, which is unfortunate indeed. And there was much unfortunate there. About as unfortunate as a duck going through a dungeon can be. Mental note, never let a duck go through a dungeon, and most certainly never pick one up. Let's move on, shall we? Here is that puzzle again that we're going to solve by not failing. There we go. That is a good strategy. If you want to succeed, don't fail. And there we go. We just do that, and then like this, and up we go through the puzzle. And this time, we're not going to fail here, because we're going to do it correctly, like this. Then we're going to flap over here, and then over here, and then over here. Ha-ha! Success has been achieved. Now we need to be very, very, very careful. There we go. Much better. No damage indeed. And now we're out of the castle for some reason, because there wasn't a boss there. Of course there wasn't a boss there. Who'd think there was a boss in that location? Okay, everyone would think it, but we don't fight bosses because we're a duck. And unfortunately, we are now dead because we're a duck. Alright, take two at this. We'll do much better this time round. There we go. The main problem, of course, is that you can't shoot, so you need to be very careful. Alright, we do that, and... oh! Fortunately, we managed to land on exactly what we wanted to land on. Much better. Who would have thought that getting hit there was the solution to our problem? Alright, we're going to jump there, and then move this way. Hello there! We're going to fall down here because you don't like us at all. How are we going to get past you? I imagine we're going to have to, we're just going to have to jump past you, I think. Ooh, you're going to try and follow us, and that's not going to work whatsoever. That is unfortunate for you, and we're going to fall. That was unfortunate for us indeed. There is no checkpoint when we actually fall down into that area. That kind of makes sense. Maybe next time we'll just let ourselves get hit. That's probably a better idea. There we go, we'll fall. Oh, and I should have jumped a little bit sooner there. Should remember where that is, but I keep forgetting. Oh well, let's try again. At least the checkpoint is right there. Alright, this time we're going to jump here, like that. And there we go. Much better. And we can't duck that, and I really shouldn't have tried to fly away there. That unfortunately cost us a life, but we have unlimited lives. Unlimited attempts at which to try and get past this section here. There we go, we'll jump here like that, and just fall there. Much better. This time we're actually going to jump over there. Much better indeed. And then jump here, and then ignore that enemy completely, and move over to here. Much better, and we can't avoid that whatsoever. So we'll just move over here, there we go, and let you hit us there, and you won't be able to hit us there, and we'll just let ourselves get... oh, do not let yourself get hit there. That indeed will cost you pretty much your attempt at going through there, as you'll fall through and die. Unless we were on the very edge of the platform, maybe that might work. Let's give that a go, shall we? There we go, fly that way, and jump this way, for great victory, duck! I'm pretty sure there is no such thing as a victory duck, but if there is, this might be that one. Curse you, robot that's also being piloted by a duck! Let's go through here, up here, and we're going to move right to the edge of the platform, and that actually would have let us do it if we hadn't have tried to fly. Why was my first instinct there to fly? Maybe because when I'm playing through as Gunman Clive, my first instinct is to try and avoid that enemy, but we can't do that whatsoever. I suppose different areas will be difficult to do as a duck. After all, we can't shoot. Alright, over here, over there, and then we'll just move back to here. Once more we shall curse the robot. Generic anger! And now we're going to avoid you, get hit by you, and then move to the very edge of the platform, and then just carry on. Much better. And we'll avoid you. And we'll also avoid you, Mr. Bat, and the person throwing dynamite. Why are you there waiting to throw dynamite at us? I've no idea, but either way, we need to make sure that we don't get killed here, because getting killed here would be very, very bad indeed. There we go! Much better. Goodbye, enemy! To the next stage we go. There we are, and now what you've all been waiting for, a duck riding a giant panda. This is going to be rather difficult because we don't have the ability to shoot any of these enemies. Ooh, we can actually get out of pits. I did not know that. And we are dead. That's what happens when the circular saw catches up with you. You die. Alright, run, giant panda! Don't look at the fact that there's a duck on your back. Ooh, we can fly. That is something to remember. We can fly as the duck. I'm going to have to remember that because we most certainly cannot shoot anything. However, flying is a little bit slow. And by a little bit slow, I mean it is very slow. Alright, let's keep going, shall we? There we go. Fly to victory, Mr. Duck, with a giant panda. That's the first time I think I've ever said that. Also, we can avoid those sumo wrestlers with some very exact timing that I, for some reason, am managing to do. I wonder if we fly here. There we go! We don't even need to do any climbing. Victory is ours, Mr. Duck, and now we're going to go through this stronghold here without any capability to attack whatsoever. Carefully does it. Very carefully does it, because we... uh-oh. we need to avoid ninjas as a duck. That's going to be a little bit tricky, but we're going to try. And by try, I mean it's going to be very, very difficult indeed. Alright, I think that's going to be rather challenging. Yep, very challenging indeed. This is going to take some practice, that's for sure. But that's okay, because we're... I'm very fortunate I managed to avoid getting hit there, because I nearly did, and those shots there that went and followed us across the screen, they nearly hit me as well. Alright, let's try this again, shall we? Let's avoid the, yep, we're just going to do that, and then we're going to do that. And fortunately, we managed somehow to avoid absolutely everything. I'm going to claim that that was skill there, when in fact it was complete blind luck. And that there was bad luck that I got hit by that enemy. I really should remember that enemy was there. And then we're just going to ignore you and carry on up here. No ninjas today. Oh, careful. Careful, duck. And now we're on the roof, where we'll have to avoid even more ninjas. Oh, and you're going to jump when I jump. Or maybe you just jump all the time. Who knows? We need to most certainly avoid all of you. Oh, careful. We need to be a lot more careful than we're being. Fortunately, surrounded by ninjas, we managed to finish the stage. And now we're a duck riding a horse. Because why not, eh? We need to avoid you by, just not shooting at all. Maybe you can't hit us. Who knows? We could probably gallop a little faster. Maybe, there we go. And thus, galloping faster means that we managed to avoid you by you ramming into a rock. Always the most ideal way of dealing with all of your enemies. Ramming them into rocks. We need to be a lot more... Oh, we need to fly... Oh, we failed to fly over that rock. But we did manage to have that enemy die there by hitting that fallen piece of stone. Alright, carefully does it, Mr. Duck. I know you're not the best at... you can carry a horse. That is very, very impressive indeed. Also, I don't think you can even shoot us. I don't think you can because we're a duck and thus we're a little too short. That is something I've got to remember. Okay, we need to move there and... Oh, move there. There we go. And there goes the duck, flying off into the dirt. That is a very silly image. Alright, we gotta fly here. A duck flying with a horse. The first time I've ever seen it, and probably not the last, as I imagine I'm not going to get through this stage this time round. We just need to wait. Watch out for that rock, sir! Oh, silly, silly varmint. You did not watch out for the rock, did you? Let's go over here. And there you are. We're just going to ignore you because you're not able to shoot me. You know you could aim just a little bit lower? Just a little? Nope, don't feel like it? Well, I'm going to fly over that rock now. Ha-ha! Because I can. Onwards we go, Mr. Duck. Onwards to victory. Well, hopefully anyway. Or maybe at least deferred failure. Hello there, how are you? All of the others failed to get me, and you're going to fail as well. Because I imagined his face when he sees a duck riding the horse. He just gave up. He's like, I'm not shooting that. That's a duck. Just sort of backed off. Like, nope, I'm not even bothering with this anymore. We'll go this way, and up here. And then flies... Oops, accidentally got hit there. But I think we're nearly done with this stage. At least, I think we're nearly done. Hello there, watch out for that. You're not going to watch out, are you? Nope. No, you did not. Alright, carefully does it. Very carefully does it. I think we're nearly done. And indeed, there is the sunset that this duck will ride into. Victory indeed, Mr. Duck. Victory indeed. And now we're going to land on a boat. A duck on a boat? Stranger things have happened. Alright, it's starting to get a little bit tricky, especially with all of the boomerangs that we now need to avoid. Alright, we're going to go this way and avoid you. Hello there. Goodbye. We have to go up here to get over to the next area, so let's be very careful. And I mean very careful indeed, because there is a pelican. And that pelican is not on our side at all. We need to go over here, I think. Ah, there is no turret here, because a duck cannot deal with a turret. Indeed, they cannot. Also, cake. There is no reason why there should be cake there, because we have a bit... Oh, and the duck drowned. That is something that really should not happen, and yet it did. Alright, carefully does it. You're not going to stop... Fortunately, you're not going to stop jumping to try and hit someone, which is to my advantage, because I wasn't jumping at all. Alright, it's a little difficult to climb this with the level moving like that. But hey, with some practice, I'm sure we'll be... Uh-oh. Shouldn't have jumped that soon because of the pelican, but either way we managed to get past it just fine. And let's move on. Back to get more cake for a duck, and jump the boomerang. And this time, oh, you actually move, I need to remember that. Alright, carefully does it. We need to fly over to this one, and then, ooh, you're going to shoot. I remember you're going to shoot. In fact, if you had a gun, I'd be very surprised if you didn't shoot. Okay, hello rolling thing, but I've no idea why they're transporting it on a boat. But either way, it's here, and we need to make sure we avoid it. There we go, it has been avoided. And now we're moving on to the next level, I think. Yep, the next level indeed. No damage at all. But that will come next time, folks. For I'll catch you next time. When we come back, a duck will descend into the ship, and maybe this duck might actually manage to get to the end of the game. Maybe, who knows. The duck would be ducking right now, except it doesn't happen. Because indeed, it's a duck. I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later. You know, at this point, maybe the duck should have figured out a way to actually have a gun. You know, a complicated harness and flapping of wings to fire firearms. It could have happened. After all, this duck has managed to get all the way over here. Then again, we haven't yet got to the part with dinosaurs, have we? Ducks versus dinosaurs. Who will win? It's probably not going to be the dinosaurs. In the end, anyway. I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.